Alright guys, Gene here, G Squared Tactical. We are out at the range today, but I'm not shooting the 365X Macro Tac Ops today. We've already shot it, we've already done the review on it. Just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about it because during the range review didn't really get to say a whole lot about the new features, which are really not all that new, just a couple little additions if you will, but just kind of go over a few of the things about it. Very similar to the other 365 platforms. Of course, on the Tac Ops you do get the 4 magazines, you do get the flared mag well, metal flared mag well here, and of course you do get the extended slide lock or slide release, however you guys refer to that. It is four magazines, 17 plus 1, so you get 4 17 round magazines. The barrel length is 3.7, the overall length is 6.6, the height is 5.2, and the maximum width is 1.4. Unloaded is 20.7 ounces, and of course I'm sure that's without the optic and without the light on the front here, and of course that is empty without any ammunition. The slide is a nitride coated stainless, chassis is a stainless steel. Also the grip frame, as you know, is modular, and it is polymer, and it does have the 3-dot X-ray Sig night light, or Sig X-ray day night sights on there, and I do have the Romeo X mounted up here, and it does co-witness, although you kind of have to use the sight on the rear of the optic itself, as it's kind of basically level here with the sight through the back of the optic itself, but it does work. I did shut this optic off and I did shoot this gun with just the iron sights, and it was dead on accurate. No problems with that. Obviously it has the 5-pound flat trigger, and the barrel material is carbon steel, and it does have a 3-slot Picatinny rail up here to mount your light laser. I've never been a huge fan of anything Sig really, unless it was maybe their all steel frame guns. I was a big fan of those, and as I am with most guns, I really like the feel and the balance of an all steel frame gun. But I told Trey the other day, I said I think I may would drop the L word on this gun, because I think unless something changes in the near future, I really do love this gun. If I take this light off of here, it's very similar in size, but weighs a lot less than my Dan Wesson 1911 that I'm carrying here. So I'm sure this would fit in the same VersaCarry holster that I'm using, and it would definitely be a lot less weight. It would not be a 45, which I like to carry, but either way, just like on all the other 365s, it has the front and the rear slide serrations on here. It takes down the same way as all those do. But this gun was a ton of fun to shoot. I've never really liked any of the 365 platforms. Never been a huge fan. I didn't like the first one that came out. I was okay with the 380. I felt like it was a little bit better shooter, I guess maybe because of the lower recoil. And this gun is snappy. I mean, it's not the compensated version. Maybe I'll get that one next and see if maybe it's a little less snappy. I know that's one thing that my wife said, was that for the size of it and it being marketed as a compact gun with full-size capabilities, you kind of have this preconceived notion that it's not going to be snappy. But of course it was. It is pretty lightweight and it was pretty snappy, but if you get used to shooting it, it's quickly get it under control, especially with the red dot up here. And like we said on the other video, we have one of these Romeo X's that's scratched up really bad. This one is still clear. I've put double the rounds through this one, so I hope that nothing goes wrong with this optic. But I really do like this gun, and I would think that coming from someone like myself who's always been a critic of most things Sig, I don't like the 320. Maybe some of the upper ends, okay, fine. Maybe the AXG something like that. But I've never been a huge fan of the 320. My wife got me one for Christmas. Literally, that's the only one I still have in my safe. It's the only reason it still is in my safe, because she got it for me as a Christmas gift. I don't like the 320 platform, again, unless it's your upper end Legion type models. But so being the critic of SIGs and SIG polys as I have, I would like to think that my thoughts on this and my growing love affair with it, if you will, would mean something to you guys. And if you've ever thought about getting this, the X365, doesn't necessarily have to be the macro. I don't know. I do like the extended grip. I'm sure that comes into play a little bit. It's not too rough. It's not M&P, Smith & Wesson M&P rough, but it is perfect. It really, I mean, it's got a nice consistency on the grip. It doesn't snag on my clothes. I have tried to pull my clothes off of it. It doesn't snag in any way. And I think for me, it's probably the extended grip here with the 17 round mag. And also I like a gun with the flared mag well, because it really pushes my hand up. It keeps it high and tight, if you will. So I don't know if the X or just the standard X or the XL would have the same effect. I don't really know. I haven't shot those guns. But if you've thought about the Tac Ops, I can't say enough good about it. I highly recommend it. Very accurate, very reliable. We put about 600 or so rounds through this over about a week's period of time without cleaning it. Had not a single problem whatsoever, none to speak of. Just an absolute blast to shoot. I know that they say that the magazines that came with this, because I guess because of the way they were trying to squeeze that many rounds into a magazine, that the follower, if you dropped it on concrete or a hard surface, that it would just completely spring out of the magazine. From some of the shorts we did out here, I did drop several of those magazines out here on the hard dirt, but it wasn't concrete. None of the followers came out, none of that happened. But I know there is a thing that people have talked about where they drop it on the concrete, like throw it out on the concrete in the indoor range or something, and that follower come flying out of the magazine. We did not experience that, but I'm not discrediting those who did. Anyway, that was just a quick overview of the Sig Sauer 365 X Macro Tac Ops. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions about it, any thoughts, we shot this gun a lot, so anything you want to know that maybe we didn't cover, please ask. Make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Go check out our website. We'll have some merchandise for sale up there pretty soon, Lord willing. That's at gsquaredtactical.com, Linktree or something like that, that you guys can just follow all of our platforms and really help us out. And let everybody know where they can find the best down-to-earth blue-collar reviews on YouTube. Thanks again, and be blessed.